AJ and Travis. We've heard of suffering for your art. I'll just move that chair for you there, sir. Gentlemen.
What's going on, people?
Hey, hello, everybody.
Hey.
Oh yeah, DJ's here too.
DJ, everybody. TJ.
DJ Qualls in the house. Do we have any kids in the room?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. Good to
Show
know.
me where.
Good to know.
I know them.
He's already corrupted him.
Yeah. Not that way. Not easy.
So how's everybody going today? Yeah?
You guys having a good convention? Pretty fun?
Yeah.
This is great. This is a really great event that you guys have here in New Zealand. I've been to Comic-Con. Been to Comic-Con. I wouldn't be Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Been to Comic-Con, and it's it's cool. It's fun. But it's kind of blown out, to be honest with you. It's like it's really packed. Like actually more packed than it was yesterday.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
You can't see anything. You can't do anything here. It's really cool. There's all kinds of fun stuff. I'm not saying the Comic-Con's not dope. It's fine.
What's blown out?
It's like the whole spot's all blown. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It's like all
What's
blown.
blown out?
Blown out.
Like the whole spot's just, like, it just sort of seems like it's not about the experience anymore, and it's just about being there and just sort of.
So it's always like, I just got my hair blown out.
I'm like, why did you go to Comic-Con?
Got it.
Yeah.
Did you get your hair blown out?
No, I should.
You should. It looks good. It's a little moist in there, so it's got a little curl in it.
Yeah.
Kind of talks in street language.
I got this.
The album is dropping soon.
Yeah. Watch out. My joint drops.
Yeah.
November 24th, y'all.
It's blown out.
It's gonna be blown out. The whole spot's gonna be blown. No, but you guys having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love New Zealand.
What's your favorite thing been so far?
You guys.
Yes.
Sweet talkers.
You know what we want to hear.
Yeah.
You guys have any questions for us?
DJ, can you explain what you've got on your phone that you've been sharing with people?
No, you don't want to know.
I do.
Biblical incest.
It's gay sex. It's the most interesting gay sex you've ever seen.
Is it what happened to you?
It's people that you know.
Yeah. That's really what happened.
Hold on, let me find
Me, DJ, and Travis went out one night in New Zealand. I don't remember much.
And we
Just a lot
felt
of
no
pain.
shame the next morning.
No, we looked at each other. We all looked at each other right in the eye. I woke up, rolled over. I said, "Hi, DJ."
I was just crying in a corner.
Hold on 1 second.
with your hand to the cat.
Okay. Who's easily offended? Great. Have you seen it?
You want to see the game?
So you just talk amongst yourselves, and this is my portion of the.
No, I mean, I'm waiting
Pull up
with
my pants.
I'm waiting with bated breath to find out what this thing is.
Oh, you've seen it.
No,
It's so great.
No, I haven't seen it. No, you
I just showed this to you.
that's got to be Photoshop magic.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
So how I found out about this is that after I was on the show, maybe my second episode, and somebody had posted some fan fiction, a link to fan fiction on my Twitter account. And so I was like, what is this? So I clicked on it, and then in this fan fiction, I was at a bar and I was hitting on a girl, and then Jared and Sam and Dean walk in, and like 3 pages later, we're all blowing each other, blowing up balloons.
What happened to the girl you were talking to?
It was a blowout. It was a blowout.
That's what I mean by all blown out. You know?
It was all blown out. And I was like, what is this? So I texted Jared and said, oh dude, you don't even know. And so I started looking around and I was like, and then we did what with our fist? And so
There's
then-
more?
And so then he was like, you should see the pictures. And I'm like, what picture? And so then I Googled this and I found this. There was one of me, but I didn't put it on my phone because it wasn't well done. I will now show you Talk amongst yourselves.
I love that this is an image you actually have on your phone.
No. It's, if you will look, it's actually in the message stream to Jared. It's not,
Yes, he texted it.
you can see Jared's name. You can't see his contact, but you can see the fact that I text him.
I would have thought it would have been
Because I'm a
reversed.
badass.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at Look at Jared's face.
Blowing it up now.
It's actually not that bad. Did everyone see it? This must have taken somebody hours. Like, look at his face. It's perfect. But look at Jensen's face. This is the wrong face for Jensen. He's just like, he's just smiling. And you know that probably would not. I've seen Jared partially naked, and that would not be the face he would be making. So, I'm not going to take it over there, but I'll take. Who wants to see it in this row? Yeah, oh, you perverts. Alright. You guys cannot look at this. Isn't that great?
You guys keep smiling. So
My last episode of Supernatural, I'm unconscious in the hotel room. You see it? I mean, in the hospital, in the hotel room. In the hospital. And so my whole scene was basically me just with my eyes closed. And then, of course, they try to give me like adrenaline or whatever. Did you see this? Yeah, because you all downloaded it, right? Thieves. And so it was Mike. So they had this big long, like all that stuff, the talk. And so they were over me having this big scene, and when the camera was, when it was my coverage, Jared started going. Because he's 9 feet tall, his zippers are 3 feet long. And so it just kept going. And he's such a big dude. In stature, like the last thing you want to be is in a situation where you can't open your eyes and he's unzipping his zipper. And they always get me. And they started with the first episode I ever did. I had to open a file, and there was a bunch of cartoons of people like doing things to each other. So
They're actually with the fan fiction that we wanted to do. We had fans create fan fiction. William, Bill, the guy that runs this thing, he's like, guys, I read it, and there's no way you're performing any of this on stage. Like, we can't. He's like, no, I just 86'd all of this. He's like, this is not happening. He was like, what? He goes, he's like, one of them, you're like just showers and nakedness and. Like, it's supposed to be like a fun. It's just.
they were gonna act it out, and I was gonna
narrate it.
Right.
He's like, there's no way you're acting out anything.
I bought a jar of mayonnaise.
I'm a peanut butter guy. I mean,
Marmite in New Zealand.
Marmite, yeah. Marmite.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. We heard about the great Marmite panic of
Armageddon.
what?
Is that real?
Yes.
There's a name for it. You call it Armageddon.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you not know about this?
No.
We ran out.
The factory in Christchurch, right after the earthquake went down, and people were selling. They were selling Marmite on the black market. It was literally like, hey man.
That actually kind of reminds me of. That actually kind of reminds me of. There's a sauce that we have in America. I don't know if you have it. It's called sriracha.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's the sriracha factory. There's only one of them, and it was being threatened with closing down. And there was this big, huge panic, especially in Los Angeles, because like, how are you going to make shitty Chinese food actually taste good if you don't have sriracha? So
Sriracha's the jam.
it's
dude.
awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, and so
It's blown out.
It hasn't blown out yet. It's not blown out, but it's blown up.
Blowing up. Yeah.
And I went out and bought like 4 jars because I thought that.
Yeah, I thought it was going
I
too.
thought it was done.
Have you ever been to that place in the mall kiosk where where it's like in the food court, and you go through and you get a bowl and you put like all your vegetables and they put noodles in and cook it on a big stick?
How
Yeah,
about
you talking
that?
about the Mongolian barbecue?
Yeah, Mongolian barbecue. That's the only way I have to douse it in sriracha.
Oh, you have to?
I know. It's really good. If you ever go to America, go to a food court and go to Mongolian barbecue. It's called, what's it called?
Mongolian barbecue.
It's literally called Mongolian
barbecue. There's
It's really called Mongolian barbecue.
It's something wok. Maybe not.
Mongolian walk barbecue.
Well, they all have different interesting sort of like plays on the pun of walking.
Yeah. Have you been to Volcano downtown?
I have.
My friend runs that.
There you go.
Sweet. Any questions? Any questions?
Questions? Just questions?
DJ, on Z Nation,
Uh,
like, do you get to interact with the rest of the cast much? Because
No,
I
I
mean,
never
most of
met
your
them.
scenes are
Met
you know,
them.
you're in your wee little unit
Yeah.
on your own.
I met all the cast. I met half the cast at the rap party. But I don't work with any of the actors. In episode 8, which is, we're in 7 right now. Episode 8 is next week, so you'll be able to steal it on next Saturday. I had somebody comes to my enclosure, and so I got to act with another person. It was awesome. Because like I have to memorize about 30 pages a day because I block shoot. So I'm talking to myself or to a dog,
Yes.
and the dog hates. You have to watch the show. It's coming. You can download it now, but it's also coming out on The Zone.
Yeah.
That's a channel, right?
Yeah.
In January. But so we had this great dog. My character winds up finding a dog, and we had for like the first 2 episodes he was great. Then I had a little break, and he got a movie. And the dog came back and was a total asshole. Won't do anything. I'm not even joking.
So you just went diva dog?
The dog turned into Diana Ross. It did not do anything that we asked it to do. And so then we fired the dog, and then we got another dog, and the dog wasn't trained because we're in Spokane, Washington, which is not close to anything. It's close to Idaho. And there's just not a lot of trained dogs in that area of the country. So, and the mistake that we made with that is that when the dog is not, so the dog's bed's always behind me, right? So when the dog doesn't have to do something, we have a wolf pelt that we stuff with bubble wrap, and he's just there hanging out. Well, one time we needed the real dog, and they didn't take the wolf pelt away, and the dog smelled a dead animal, and then from that minute on, like the moment you pet him, he'd turn on you. Like, so we had to fire him, and we got the other dog, the ungrateful bastard dog, back. At least he will kind of do things. He had to kiss me once. I was laying on the floor. I got knocked out. And we put peanut butter all over the place. Like, I put it behind my ears, and he would lick me, and then he got tired of it. And literally, if you watch I think it's the second episode, you can see, I put because I'm wearing a snowsuit, you can see the imprint of the peanut butter jar in my crotch. I opened it and put it all the way down my crotch to try to allure him.
That wasn't for the scene, that's just for
It
your
was fun.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yes, love.
Mine's for DJ. Do you think you'll be coming back in season 10 of Supernatural?
Well, we're talking about different. I mean, I'm a werewolf now, and it's hard to write around that. So I'm not sure what's happening. Also, I'm on another show, and I think I'm moving to Eastern Europe soon. So I'm pretty busy, so I'm not sure what's happening. I want to go back. I love doing the show. It's really fun. My last episode, my schedule was so hard, they had to shoot it with somebody else. Like, they had to shoot it with a double. And then I had to come in and fill in my face. And it was really hard and really expensive. And they had to rebuild all the sets because they realized I couldn't physically make it to the different locations they shot at, so they had to rebuild them all on a soundstage, and it cost them like a crap load of money. And they were not happy about it, so I'm not even sure they want me back at this point. But I do want to go back. I did not thought just now.
I was just who just fucking.
But if I did,
I'm on payments. I'm like, that was not
me.
me.
Oh, did you see? Did anybody see the tweet that I got where some nice person said, "Get away from your window"? Yeah. Because apparently, well, I thought that I stood naked in front of the window yesterday, and I thought somebody was trying to tell me something. For you, right? Yeah. I got out of the shower yesterday and just was like looking around the city, and because you having a hard time controlling the temperature in your room?
Yes.
Yeah, it's either too hot or too cold. And 25 degrees means nothing to me. And so I was just like, well, so I put it on 25, it's too hot, and 24 is cold. So it was on 25 and I was naked, so I just stood in front of the window surveying my kingdom. And I got a tweet saying, you should draw your curtain. So I think somebody's just seen me, but it was her, and she was just fucking with me.
Who was it?
Yeah. Did you guys read the paper today?
Yeah.
The headline?
Yeah.
What's the headline?
It's Star.
Hollywood star, wasn't it?
No,
No,
it's
it just said star.
It says Star hurt in clown chainsaw chase.
I got it.
Definitely should.
Yeah, I got it. I called my fiance and told her, she's like, where? I'm like, in the hospital.
Yeah.
It's so great, and they called
Yeah.
you Star. That's so
Yeah, weird.
nice.
Well, my fiance, I told her what happened. She's like, what? I said, I was in a haunted house, and a clown with a chin that chased me. And I twirl ligaments and fracture my hand. She's like, what?
So when you get hurt, the first thing anybody ever asks you what happened to you? Found chainsaw accident. That is true.
Yeah, it's true.
They're going to be asking what was in your dreams.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Can you guys talk a bit about ghost faces? What was like your favourite things to film? Favourite scene to film?
Just the whole like the Ghostfacer episode in season 3, I think was probably my favorite thing. I mean, just anytime we get to do Ghostfacer stuff is awesome.
I think the actual web series for us, because we got to write it and direct it. And,
Yeah.
there's a whole, there was some other writers and stuff, and everything went through Kripke, but there was, we'd go over to the Wonderland offices and sit in the room and bang out the things, and we had script notes and stuff. So it was a real process of taking the characters. But Eric Kripke had like total faith in sort of our process and how we worked and the improv stuff, and then when we got on set, it was like, we'd take turns directing each episode, and it was a real sort of team effort across the board. I would just say just the actual Ghostfacer thing, and it's just fun to, we would figure out something how we can do like a little web series with the 3 of us, where we like the Ghostfacers, and what's your character's name again? Is Garth, right? The Ghostfacers and Garth, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah. Some sort of non-fan fiction. but something fun.
Maybe.
Peanut butter.
I'm an open guy.
No way.
Yeah.
Would Garth's wife be involved in that sense?
I think she's gonna have to die, dude. Because, well, first of all, they kill all that. They kill every woman, and she's not even a major character. They kill major women characters all the time. She has to die because I left hunting for her. So, I mean, it was a bit of a bummer because when I read it, well, they pitched me the idea. I was in Vancouver, just hanging out, and I was trashed. And so I sat out on the curb drinking a glass of wine, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, this is so great. And then when I read it, I was like, oh shit, I think I'm done. I think I just got fired. Because I can't go back now because I left hunting for her. That sucks.
She wants to take that.
She's like the Yoko Ono of our show. But she's a nice girl. And she's clean. Yeah.
Are you aware that your characters are now the longest living human characters?
Yeah.
Yep.
What season were you guys in? First.
One.
Shut up.
Yeah, been one.
You guys have been doing this a long time.
Long time. You're the longest living characters on the show.
Yeah, including Sam and Dean.
Yep.
Everyone dies
they
except
killed,
for
right?
them.
Yeah.
Wait, did Jodie die?
Yeah, so technically,
No, she wasn't introduced.
We're the only living characters on Supernatural.
yeah, the longest living.
Longest living. And the coolest.
No, I wonder if
Most hands.
I think you are because I'm dead. Well, I'm not dead, but when you come
You've
on,
been
I'm dead.
altered.
You're
You're not
She
human.
did qualify that with human, longest living human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are.
You're
Yeah.
like,
And you're the only
Armageddon
living
superhero in Star Wars.
current character, right? Because everybody else has been killed at
Yeah,
least one
the
time.
others have died and come back.
Yeah.
So you guys haven't.
Nope.
No. We thought when we came back this last season we were going to get killed, and then we were like reading things like, oh, you didn't die. And we're like, we just broke up.
Well,
Yeah.
Jenny, the writer, was telling me that that originally Harry died, but like she fought in the writing room to have Harry live, and so I was very grateful to her.
Yeah, you would have died in Thin Man's.
Yeah, I would have died out in the forest.
If they were
But,
going to kill you off, how would you like it to be done?
Gently. Yeah. No, I got a really great piece of advice from it was actually Danny Trejo. I mean, I'm sure
I love Danny.
Yeah.
I worked with him.
He told me he's like listen man, if you're ever gonna die in a movie, make sure you die in a comfortable position.
Dude, I was just thinking that. Like, anything that would require a lot of exertion or being beaten to death or anything like that, where you have to do it over and over again, just, I'd like to die in my sleep.
Yeah.
On TV.
Yeah, the movie I did with him, he died just in bed, just like that. And the reason is because when you die, you just have to lie there for a long, long time while they move the cameras, the lights around you and stuff like that. So, if you die and you're like, oh no, like that.
Right,
Well, you gotta be here for 20. You gotta be there for 20 minutes. So, if you're gonna die, you're gonna try to be like, oh.
When I got Justified, I had to have this fake mouthpiece put in because the knife, I basically get killed with a knife, falling on a knife and impaling myself. So the knife goes through, and then you can see it in my mouth, and then they put like a red contact in. But this thing was making me gag because it was a fake piece, and
Yeah, show us how it went.
Yeah. Use the microphone. Pretend the microphone's that knife and you get it.
oh my god,
What has happened to us?
what's happening to you guys? Well, yeah, no, that was horrible because I was like in a ditch with gagging on a knife.
Have you ever? I've never died. Have you died?
That sounded really bad.
Me? Yeah. Many. I've never died. No one's ever killed me in anything I've ever done.
Well, that's because
Yeah,
like killing you
supernatural.
would be so sad.
Yeah, it'd be like killing
Like
me.
DJ Qualls,
It'd be like killing the tooth fairy.
Yeah, killing you.
That was an inside joke that everybody got because I actually killed the tooth fairy on the show.
Yeah.
I've never died. I've always wanted to. It looks so fun.
It's sitting on your tombstone.
Feel. I would do that.
Yeah, I've done like really, I've really done a really intense one where like I'm bleeding out and you know the light is fading and I'm crying. That was fun. Grind and die. Grind and die. That was crazy. That was a noise.
I keep thinking someone's asking questions. Just
You're very distracting.
Yeah.
Hammer down,
I'm
ma'am.
done.
My highlight
Keep it there. Any other questions? Yeah?
Who is the most enjoyable to work with out of Jared and Jensen?
Who was the most enjoyable to work with?
Yeah.
Both dicks.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, they
Divas.
smell bad.
Divas, they like if their protein plate is too cold, they throw it across the room. You know, they're like, my red meat is rare.
Sounds like a mockumentary.
Yeah. No, they're both easy guys to work with, man. They're just like always, gracious and
I have better on-screen chemistry with Jensen, but I like Jared more. You asked. That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's the fucking truth. Sorry, little girls.
I was just wondering, do you have any interesting fan experience or on-street recognition experiences you'd like to share?
Oh.
I'll hop on this one. The one that springs to mind first is I was coming back to Los Angeles from Las Vegas, and this was probably about 2000. This was like '06, '07, and Eurotrip was not a hit at all when it came out in theaters. As a matter of fact, it kind of bombed because DreamWorks had absolutely no idea how to market it. But it kind of caught on in the like the DVD market, the home video market, and stuff like that. So it kind of took a couple years, but then it kind of became like a hit with the college kids. I think the college kids all really enjoyed it. So I was driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, and I stopped at this place called Bun Boy, which is basically it's like a diner with a giant thermometer. And,
Oh yeah, I've been there.
yeah, it's totally underwhelming. You've never seen it.
It's the world's biggest thermometer.
It's the world's biggest thermometer.
I
So if
thought
you
by
want
it,
to
I always
watch
wanted
it,
to go there.
if you want to look at it, it's a diner too.
Okay.
And so you go, you get eat average food. Anyway, I was getting back in the car, and this college kid runs up to me. And he's like, "Hey, you're that guy from Eurotrip." That's what anyone always says. Like they never run up and they're like, "You're Travis Wester from Eurotrip." They go, "You're that guy from Eurotrip," and I'm like, "Yes, I am." And he says, "Oh my God, my friends and I, we went on a European trip, and we went everywhere you went. We went to London, we went to Paris, we went to Rome, we even went to Bratislava, man. I went to Bratislava." And I look at him and I go, "Man, we shot that whole thing in Prague. I've never been to Bratislava." And the look on his face, the crestfallen, he just kind of, because he was like, and he didn't hear that, he just goes, "Huh?" So yeah, just the knowledge that he went to Bratislava, thinking anyway, yeah. So and then I felt bad. Like I was like, oh, I did it. And I realized what I said. And I'm like, I mean, but I'm sure it was nice. He's like, it wasn't.
Where's that? Bratislava.
Bratislava is Eastern Europe. So it's like
I was walking in New Orleans one day, and I think it was like the Tomato Festival or something, and it was really, really crowded. And I saw this giant black lady, like down the block, running at me full speed. She got right to my face and she went, "Beat that bitch!" And I stood there completely bewildered. And I was like, I don't know what to say. And I was like, whoop that trick? She's like, yeah, I was on phone. And I was like, oh, whoop that trick, not beat that bitch. It scared the hell out of me. Where do you go from that? As somebody you don't know, eye contact with you from 100 yards away, just running at you full face. Beat that bitch! But now nothing surprises me. Like, people are so weird. And so, like, nothing that you say to me surprises me or offends me. Do you know Sean Hattie?
Yeah.
I was in a bar with Sean once, and this guy came over. I didn't hear him. He said, "Hey, what's the name of that terrible movie you did?" I didn't even hear him say it. And Sean beat the hell out of him. And I was like, "See, this is you can't really take any offense. The praise can't be too high praise, and the what's the name of that terrible movie can't really affect you that much."
I had this one person come up to me and go, "Hey man, what hand was it?" I'm like, "What? Like what hand was it?" I was like, "Well, not this hand." But it was like, I was like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. He's like, "In disturbed behavior, you grabbed Katie Holmes' tits. Which hand was it?" I was like, "Huh, really, dude?" I'm like, this one, he was like, "Oh, whoa, don't, I think you went to he wanted to touch the hand that touched her boob." He's like, "She's still hot, man." I'm like, "All right, thanks, bud." This has got really weird. So.
What hand was it? That's my balls.
That's so weird. What hand was it? It wasn't even like, "Hey man, how are you?" "Oh yeah, it was just, what hand was it?"
I've had weird creepers come up to me and like really want details about what it was like to make out with Michelle Trachtenberg. Like they're like, "What was it like to make out with Michelle Trachtenberg?" I'm like, "It was great, man. It was really nice. She's, great kisser." "No, but really, what did your lips feel like on your lips?" I'm like, whoa, buddy, just calm down.
Have you seen her lately?
Yeah, I saw her. We did like a 10th anniversary.
She's an interesting girl.
Yeah, she's like producing pilots.
Yeah. Actresses in general. Actresses are an interesting breed. I like her, don't get me wrong. But there's something about her that she just reminds me of somebody that would show up at your house at 3:30 in the morning in the rain with sunglasses and a cat crawling all over her. Like, crazy stuff is going on. No, it's just not her, it's her aura. You know, like Pigpen from Charlie Brown? There's like all that stuff around her. There's like just crazy things happening around her.
Any other questions?
What's the strangest or weirdest gift you've ever received from a fan?
There's been
I would say for me, I got this poster. So it was huge, and it was this big poster of me, and I have this most possessed demonic look on my face. I'm like that. And I guess they hand drew it and stuff, and I thought it looked cool, but I took it home, I showed my wife, she's like, "That is scaring the crap out of me."
Well, I remember it wasn't a gift, but I remember this, the lady said this one thing. I was in England at this con, and this, I guess I'd met them yesterday, the day before, and the husband kind of, I was getting breakfast in the line, he's like, I think they were from Scotland, and he's like, "Excuse me." And I was like, "Yeah, hi." He goes, "We met yesterday." I was like, "Okay." And he goes, my wife, I'd like to speak to you." I said, "Okay, sure." And she kind of comes over and she's all red and she goes, "I had a dream about you last night." I was like, "Oh, cool. And she just goes red and she goes, "You are wonderful." And her husband goes like this. "Okay, have a good day." I'm like, "What the? You are wonderful." And then the husband would just nod and smile. Like I was like, "All right." I'm like, "Is this some weird thing where you're gonna offer to bring come with you guys?" I don't swing. So I just went and got my eggs, and I was like,
Somebody made a rug of me.
Oh my God, it is. It's like a tapestry.
What? That's the weirdest thing I ever got. Then she made one for herself and one for me.
Dude.
Isn't that weird? Do you have it?
Yeah, people are crazy, dude.
Do you have it hanging in your house?
No, it's not up in my house. My house is dope. But I love it. Sometimes it's like a kind of, it's too heavy to be a blanket, but it's too light to be a rug. So sometimes I'll pull it out, like when I'm having a party and like laying on the couch.
Made out of here.
Yeah. and tears. People are crazy. It's very touching.
Wow.
It's a rogue. He is a rogue. Isn't that great? And crazy?
By someone who has you on the list.
If somebody,
I know how to do that.
it's not very flattering. I mean, it's flattering, but it's so flattering it's scary. You never want to call somebody back
So
and make
most
a rogue
couples
of
have a
you.
list of people who are really
Yes.
yeah.
But
Have you
show?
ever been positioned by anyone who has you on the list?
I don't think I've ever been put on that list.
I
That's
was
cool, right?
told
Cool and
that,
weird at the same time.
I'm the okay. Like it's okay if they have. I'm like, it's good to know. So she's like, my husband gives me a hall pass. And I'm like, good.
You're on the freebie 5.
Freebie 5?
Freebie 5 is another.
Yeah. So this lady just said, the list. If you're on the list, you get your hall pass for the night. You could have a blowout.
If you're famous, it doesn't work because you could actually meet those. You actually probably either know those people or you meet them.
No, like some person will come up to you and be like, hey,
Oh, you're on my list.
you're on my list. My husband has.
It's such a nice thing. But see, also like I'm not too masculine or too feminine, so like I'm probably on some, like I'm on couples lists. You know, I wouldn't be threatening in the bedroom to a man, but I do a good job. You guys know me.
Actually, given that you probably run into celebrities, do you guys have a list of 5 common people who aren't famous that you can get a free ball?
Oh, dude, I have more lists.
Long list.
That's a long list.
No problem.
Sex is bad way. Sex is bad way too, maybe.
Let's spoil the movie by asking a serious question. I really liked CSI New York. So can you talk about the episode they did with your father who had Alzheimer's, and you were trying to work through that whole past, and it was a really touching episode, but it must have been quite hard to do that level of intensity for.
Yeah, it was. It was actually crazy enough. It was right after my father had passed away, so it was the emotion stuff for me was easier to, I guess, draw from. And being on that show on an ensemble cast, it's really hard to get storylines as far as I think. You know, my character came in page 21. I was up by page 35. And no complaints, but just to get thrown a bone because it had to either go through Gary, Melina or Sela and. The rest of them had to go through, so I was number 8 on the call sheet. Number 8 is like you just come in, work the 2 days, and go home. Great job, but not a lot of meat. So when I got that storyline, I was like, oh wow, fine, season 8, and I get like a bone thrown my way. So it was cool. Yeah, no, it was cool. It was definitely, but I was, it was written before my dad passed away, and it just timed out that it was perfect. So I kind of just fell into it, and kind of tripped out, and it was kind of a weird healing thing for myself too. Like I let a lot of stuff go, so it was cool. But yeah, enjoyed it. Cool, thanks.
It was really great to see Adam's character develop like that.
Cool,
Yeah,
man. Thanks.
Yeah, and you got a girlfriend.
I got a girlfriend. The show got canceled. It's like I banged the boss, and at the end of season 4, she gets fired. And she doesn't come back, and then I get a girlfriend. The show gets canceled. I'm like, I have no luck. Yeah, cool, thank you.
I've seen the shorts for the movie that you're in.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, this has actually kind of been a passion project of mine. It's been like 6 years of putting it together. I found the script and optioned it, and then brought on a new writer and commissioned him to do a pass. And then we went out with it, and Sony Pictures bought it, and then Katherine Heigl came on board, and sort of like but it was. I mean, I put a lot of time and effort and money into it, and so to see it come out. But it's something I'm really, really proud of. He saw like a really early cut of it, and it's a really good movie. It's really good. It's kind of like Fargo meets American Beauty, but it was fun, man. I got up to like 205 pounds for the film, so I gained like 45, 50 pounds for it, just to be like huge in it. Because I knew that CSI was coming to an end, and I just was afraid I was going to get typecast as a sort of nerdy lab rat. So I just wanted to kind of try and physically change myself so I didn't look like that guy. And it was fun. I mean, he didn't see me in like 6-7 months. And
yeah, we were doing a convention in New Jersey, and I hadn't seen him since he started working out, like, you know, to get, you know, to bulk up. And I was waiting backstage, and AJ was supposed to get off a plane and just come, boom, right on stage. We're just gonna go, time. And we were waiting there, and I'm sitting there, and here comes this like motorcycle guy. He's all got stuff, but the sides of his head are shaved, and he's got like these weird tattoos on the side of his head, and he looks like super. He's got this goatee, this like really burly looking goatee, and I was like, oh man, who's this guy? Is he on Supernatural? I hope he doesn't talk to me. I don't want to deal with this guy. I don't want to say the wrong thing and punch me in the mouth. Hey, AJ! What's going on, man? Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea that it was him, literally, until he looked at me and he goes, hey, buddy. And I went, oh crap, that's AJ. So yeah, he's got a completely different look in this movie, and his performance is just top notch, and you know, just watching him, you know, I've known him the whole time he's been trying to put this movie together, and to watch him like buy the script with his own money, walk around town, find a director, go through this whole process. I mean, you know, anytime you see a movie get made, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of passion and work and sweat and everything that goes into it.
But it comes out in March, so we should have like the actual release date of the next whole thing. But the trailer, just the Red Band trailer came out. But super fun, man. Thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. And it's a side of like Katherine Heigl's never played this type of role before, and she's a sweetheart by the way. All these rumors of her being a bitch is totally not true. She's a really good, sweet professional girl. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Rarely.
So totally professional and was a champion for us. But yeah, it's a great movie. And
So do you think it'll be released here?
Yeah, we'll do like a New York, LA, and then it'll do like a slow release out. So, but it's tested. It's been testing like really, really high. So as long as people go see it and get the word gets out, and you guys tweet it, say fucking great. That'd be great. I would really appreciate it. So thanks.
Any question?
Is there any TV shows that are currently on that you'd like to be on? Role you were to play?
I think it would be a lot of fun to be on Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, I love the genre. I love you know, yeah. I would say Walking Dead. I don't know.
I want to be on The Amazing Race, dude. I'm not joking. I want to be on that show.
That would be fun, man.
I don't want to do celebrity.
Yeah, I do anything.
My race would not be amazing right now.
Yeah. I don't know what show, man.
I get to, again, it's like I love The Americans. That show, The Americans. I don't know if you guys get that. It's a really good spy show. But yeah, anything that seems to be on FX or these cable or Amazon or Hulu, they're coming out with great stuff. Yeah, Walking Dead, just stuff like that would be cool. And anything that's different from anything that we've ever played is good. So.
Making a role on Z Nation.
No, it's always too fast in Z Nation. Stick to Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Our zombies run fast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I want to work with DJ.
Yeah, I want to work with you too, man.
It'd be fun. Yeah, it'd be fun. We'll figure something out.
Who would be your partner on The Amazing Race, DJ?
Travis,
dude. Yeah, probably my best friend Phil, because we balance each other out. Like, I'm type A, and he's fucking, like, he's out of his mind. But I probably, and also we watch it together. It's one of the only network shows that I actually watch, and I watch it every week. It's like part travel log, you know. And I remember when I was a little boy, I'm so old that encyclopedias were in heavy use when I was a kid. So I would just like get the A encyclopedia and just go home and look at all the foreign places I wanted to go. And so yeah, The Amazing Race, dude, that's where it's at. Also, I'm not moving away from acting, but I still love it, but I'm less interested in it than I was 10 years ago. I'm really super passionate about learning about art and collecting art, so I'm sort of moving in that direction. I mean, I think I have 10 more years in me in my career. I mean, or maybe longer. I never would say never, but like I don't have a family, like any of that stuff. I've sort of been married to this, and so maybe I'm gonna kind of see what else is out there for me. Yeah.
Other than acting, what's a line of work you could see yourself doing other than acting?
Is that like, does that include producing and stuff like that, or?
Well, yeah. Well, you just talked about your film.
So I think for me, it's just I love this business, and the producing side of things is, buying intellectual properties and going after books that I like and stuff. I think is really the rush of that for me is exciting. So I think sort of on the other side of the camera for sure.
If I could make a living writing novels, that'd be sweet as. I'm working on one right now.
You gotta check out this book, man. It's sick.
Yeah, I'm working on a book right now. You can check it out. It's at windvale.net. That's the website, www.windvale.net. You get an understanding what I'm working on. So yeah, definitely like novelist for me. Like if I could just wake up every day, bang on my 2 hours, get my 1,000 words in, edit my stuff in the afternoon, that'd be great.
Dude, I have a friend who's just now getting his first film produced. He's been writing from 9 to 5 for like the last 11 years with no traction at all. It's like Van Gogh. He painted 900 pictures and then nobody bought one. And that takes such balls, and I respect him so much. He's so talented, my friend. And there's just so many people out there that have such a great voice and so much talent that it's never seen. And it's so random why people start working in any capacity in this business. But real passion, like that kind of dedication in writing, I really admire it, dude. I really do. So cool. I like to read a book too.
Well, this is being filmed and it's going to go on YouTube. Why don't you tell us his name and a bit more about it?
Oh, his name is Andrew Zappin, and I did a short with him years ago that did really well called The Company Man, and he's just a really great dude and a really creative, unique voice, and that's I basically the lady who cast Breaking Bad, her name is Sharon B. Alley, and she just somehow it came across her desk like a script that he wrote, and she was like, hey, we're not going to be able to produce this, but it's going to cost too much, but I'd like to produce a short, and he's like, I have one. And I was in Chicago on vacation, and I got an email from her. I never met her before. And she was like, this guy wrote this for you. If you don't do it, you're an asshole. Which is like the third, this happens to me all the time. It also happened the same thing on Supernatural. I didn't want to do it, and I got a call from the showrunner at the time, said, if you don't do this, you're an asshole. We wrote it for you. That's how you get me. If you make me feel bad for not doing it, I'll do it. Anyway, it was just a great experience, and then I met this guy, and I realized, like, that also I've been a little bit of an ungrateful bastard in my own right, because, I'm in a rare position because I feel that nobody looks like me, that I don't really audition very much, and I haven't since I started, and I've worked pretty consistently, and so it's kind of my job to help anybody I can sort of get in if I think they're talented, and I do that as much as I possibly can. I helped them get an agent, so yeah. I don't know how we started talking about that. Oh yeah, I want to read your book. What other careers? Yeah. I don't want to work, dude. I really, really don't.
Any other questions? Yes?
Completely unrelated to anything so far, but this is the question I asked, like a lot of people. What would your mundane superpower be? Like you couldn't be an X-Men, but you could have the power to teleport 10 meters or make your cup of coffee the perfect temperature. What would
that's a good question.
What would your mundane superpower be?
I would want to be able to make the perfect bowl of mac and cheese every day. I love mac and cheese so much. It's Kraft mac and cheese out of the box. Perfect.
I went right to a cooking thing too. Like I would have the psychic power to know exactly when a cut of meat that I'm cooking is done.
That's a really. I would like the ability to stop a weed high on a dime.
I'm way too high. Gotta go to work.
Or that trip running from clowns. That'd be great.
Ability to escape clowns.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would have only come in handy once, but boy, it would have come in handy.
It's like at the hospital when they said, well, what happened to you, young man? You're like, wow.
Is it true, like, when I had to fill out the paperwork, and the lady behind the desk said, I just fill out exactly what happened, how'd you get injured? And I was like, And the gentleman that was helping me, he's like, he actually wrote it for me. He goes, I'm just going to write it down. He goes, running away from a clown with a chainsaw. So I put it down, and she was busy typing other things and all my information. Then she gets done, let's just see her pause, and she's like, running away from a clown with a chainsaw. She sort of looks over, she goes, is that? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Spookers. She's like,
Yeah. Cup right after that. Peter's Cup.
Did you get it on the ACC?
What's that?
Did you get it on ACC?
I did. Yeah, actually, that's crazy. They have that thing
here, if you get injured on soil, New Zealand soil, you're covered by insurance.
Yeah.
How's that?
Really?
Yeah.
Free healthcare.
So good.
Yeah.
Right. I got beaten up by a cop in Vancouver and I had to pay for it. Remember that? My cop beat me up. I had to pay for that. I had to get 6 stitches in my chin.
The cop beat you up?
Yeah.
Why?
This is an asshole, man. I wasn't doing anything. Basically, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. But he,
You were like,
yeah, dude. And so the guy, anyway, he wanted to prove something or whatever, be a big guy. And so, like, long and short of it, I was handcuffed. He beat me up, handcuffed, and he's walking up to me going, I can make you disappear. And I'm like, dude. And so then people started taping it, and I will never, ever, ever say, do you know who I am? Because it takes all your power away. But I let everyone else tell him who I was. And so people started videotaping it, and his partner came up and literally said, hey man, what are you doing? And by that time, it was all over the place. Like an hour later, it was news in Poland. Got a news wire leaving in Poland. I was like, dude, what's going on? It was pretty brutal. But it was a great experience and a great talk show story because I went on, I think it was Ferguson, like 2 weeks later, and just had a great time with it. I mean, the guy's a dick and he apologized, but whatever. People have anger issues.
I can make you disappear.
Here's what was so crazy though. He did it in front of an open service window, and all the people that worked at the restaurant were on the floor listening to everything he was saying.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. I swear to God. Anyway, but I love police officers, and this is going on the internet. No, but not. It was an isolated thing. I love Vancouver. I would go back in a second. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do mean that. The guy was a dick, period. It was isolated. I've had some great times there. I'll tell you some stuff that Ty made me do the last time I was there. It was awesome. I can't tell you guys.
What was your name?
What?
What was your name?
No. It was actually more fun than that.
What was his name?
No. There. Although, there was a moment. No, I just did some stuff I had never done before, and it's not necessarily salacious or terrible. It was just a fun time. Had a good time. But I don't like to tell other people's stories unless I'm never going to see them again. And I see Ty all the time.
Most boys like some form of toys.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would covet?
Then I what?
Covet?
That you covet that you really would like?
Oh, that's a good question.
I like motorbikes. I would say motorbike.
The Buddha says that want is the core of suffering.
Yeah, it's awesome. What do you want? There's nothing that you want in life.
I try. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. I actually try not to want things. I really try not to want things.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I find myself really wanting something, I kind of just try to focus on the things that I have.
I love you.
I sound like such a. that sounds so lame.
What about a bourbon? You want a bourbon, don't you?
A glass of scotch would not kill me right now.
Exactly.
Dude, I want to drink too.
I want all kinds of shit, man. I want like a really nice, bike. I haven't had a good bike in a while. That car that we were driving in the other night with Crazy Pants McGee.
Yeah.
What was that? It was like an Audi A7 or something?
A5.
An A5. I want one of those. Those were nice. They're sweet as. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I want like a $50,000 Rolex. I want some new pants.
So much for not wanting to
I want a fucking $500 CPK card.
I want to have like pecs and abs like Jared. That'd be cool for like a day, right? You rip like Jared? Hey DJ.
Good?
Hey DJ,
What?
wouldn't you like to do just for like a day? Be like
Rip like Jared?
6
Oh,
foot?
dude, I would love it. I was
Like be like a giant for one day and just be like, ha ha ha.
It'd be exhausting though. He has to eat so much food to stay awake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that.
He probably takes really big poos. Huge dinosaur food.
Right, so we're gonna think now.
Jared taking a dump. Sam! Sam!
Disgusting, dude. You had to wreck it, dude. We only have 8 minutes left, and now I'm going to think about Jared taking it down.
Is there anything that you want? You collect art. Isn't that kind of...
Yeah, that's not really a boy toy, though. I want a house in Palm Springs. That's not really a toy either, but I'm getting one. See, here's the thing. I live so cheaply. I save almost everything I make. I bought a house that I could really, really afford. At the height of my career when I was making real money, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment in Santa Monica, like a really not nice apartment. And people would come over to my house and be like, hey dude, is everything okay? I'm really just saving money for this kind of stuff. Like I'm the dude, like I'm not so great with money, like I don't know what's in every account, but like I just try to spend as little as possible. And I'm the guy who also will take like the points that you get from your credit card and turn it into cash, and then try to buy like some gold coins and then sell those when they go up. So it's a lot of free time, dude, and it's exhausting. But so when I have enough money, or I'll sell a painting or take something from a set. Like, did y'all see I took those $5,000 shoes from Queen Latifah? Did you see it? Did y'all see that?
No, what happened?
Yeah, I took some $5,000 shoes from Queen Latifah.
Was she?
She wasn't wearing them. I didn't like knock her down. Hey, Queen Latifah! It went viral, the video, because I was on Conan where I talked about it. But I did this movie with her, or that she produced, and it was about sneaker culture, and there was a pair of $5,000 LeBron 10 honeys that was supposed to go to Will Smith, but they were too small for them, so they went to me to wear in the movie. And so then I took them when we wrapped, and the producers called me and said, you have to bring those back, they're worth $5,000. So I said, no, I'm going to wear them on Conan and plug the movie. And it will be, and I wore them, and so I got to keep them. But anyways, so a Japanese man wanted to buy them. For a pretty good amount of money, but so then now I know that they're valuable. I'm gonna wait until they're worth $10,000 and trade it for a painting.
Oh money!
No money! What were we talking about? Oh, toys. I want a house in Palm Springs.
Wow, that's me toys. I'm thinking like your Super Soaker or
No, but
it's a wise.
No, but this is a wise. I'm not putting very much money into the house. It's for rental. We have a music festival called Coachella, and if you rent it out from that, and Christmas and New Year's, and I did all this research, and it pays for itself, and so me and my buddies, I'd be able to give it to people for the weekend. Like, some of you getting married, go down to the house in Palm Springs and get married. Like, that's kind of, I'm not thinking just of myself.
Justifies it.
Random question. Do you guys watch any stage shows?
Stage?
Shows.
Like theater?
Like theater.
I love going to theater, man. Yeah, I saw Book of Mormon recently. That was
So
the greatest show
I saw it in London. It was
so good.
I went to go see Book of Mormon, and I was like, oh man, because Jon Stewart was like, it's so good, it makes me angry, and and I heard it was like so good, and I was like, it's just been so blown out. There's no way. And then so
that was a callback.
It's like right back to the beginning of the session. So I was like, there's absolutely no way this play is gonna. But then they got to Scary Mormon Wet Dream or whatever that was, and I was just like, this is
genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That
great. Let's go. Great.
Yeah. Color of Purple, I think, was a really good one.
Which one?
Color of Purple was really good.
Yes.
That was good.
I have a buddy who's an opera singer, and so a lot of times, like I'll go to the opera if he's in it.
I never knew you came to my show.
Yeah.
Watch it all the time. Yeah, just tell me.
Watching you be all like,
I get you free tickets, man. You should have told me. More money.
More money. But he's also in like a lot of stage stuff too. So like I wind up going to see all of his stuff, and he's always in really fun things. He's in Reanimator the musical right now.
Where's that?
It's at the Steve Allen Theater right now. You should come, man. It's fun. It's like It's like all kinds of blood and gore, and like it's one of those ones where like the first 2 rows gets a plastic sheet.
That's great. I haven't seen a stage show in forever. I can't remember the last time I saw someone on stage. I'm going. My friend Alfred is gonna play in London. I'm gonna go over in spring and see. I think I heard Alan Rickman or somebody else is doing it. So I'm gonna go and see that.
Have you heard of a guy named Bo Burnham?
Yeah, Bo Burnham. Yeah.
Great writer. Like when he's on stage and when he performs. I know. I just checked it out there because he's a freaking good laugh.
Yeah.
There's a show called What, and the whole show is like, what the hell? Like, weird, but I could easily see you up there doing something like that.
Is he English?
No, he's American.
No, he's American.
Oh,
Bo Burnham.
Is it in New York?
Yeah.
You know?
He is. No, I'm not sure. Possibly.
So is it scripted material or does he like just talk?
Well, no, he did
going
it
on?
YouTube. Started on YouTube,
right.
and then the YouTube went into a stage. But it's one show.
I would love to
And
do
then it was
that.
an hour show, and he's got like 10 million hits just off the 1 hour video.
That's awesome.
It's brilliant, but it's genius. Like when you're sort of Book of Mormon, like that is cool.
Well,
Like stage is just as important as well. But I don't know. I just wanted to know if you guys watch stage as well.
Yeah, I want to be on stage again so bad. I haven't been on stage in like 12 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a little, now since I'm a little afraid. In 2005, I was offered 1 Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in London, and they filed the wrong work papers for me, and I missed 2 weeks of rehearsal and got fired. And I cried. Like, I broke down crying, and I wanted to leave the entertainment business because it hurt so bad. Because I discovered how much I wanted to be an actor when I was living in London. So I used to walk along the marquee and just fantasize about being on stage there. And in 2007, I was walking down the street with my friend Stratton, and I said, one day I'm going to be in a movie and I'm going to take you to the premiere. And she was my date to the movie trip to the premiere.
Oh, yo.
But so I have this special memory of that place and feeling creative, but also feeling creative and not being able to do it because I'm an American and no one would see me. Then when I got the chance to go back, it was like just this huge like, exhale, and then I did get to do it. Crushed me, dude. It really hurt so badly.
Way to make DJ feel better.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah, my mascara will be running tonight in the mirror.
So we've got time for maybe one more question.
I guess.
If you could play a female superhero, which one would you pick?
Female superhero.
Female superhero.
She-Ra.
Girls are lame. These days are mostly female.
Jam? Is Jam a superhero?
Jim is outrageous.
Yeah?
Jim's just outrageous.
I mean, it's gonna sound stock now. I was gonna go. Rogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's so badass. Man, that's such a big crush on her. I think I realized I was getting weird about comic books when I realized I had a huge crush on a comic book character.
Oh, dude, I had a crush on Velma when I was growing up in Scooby-Doo. She was approachable, and I knew I had a shot with her. I really did have a big crush on her, and that transferred to Natalie from Facts of Life.
Oh, that's on that creepy note.